Hey everyone, welcome back to another Coffee Corner.
Hey dude, that's my line.
Was your line?
Dang. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel for another Coffee Corner
Coffee Corner.
with Bill and Ray.
Hey, so how do you take your coffee?
I like a lot of cream, very little sugar. I'm not a black coffee kind of guy.
Yeah, I like a lot of cream.
Yeah, I like a lot of cream.
So, what are we talking about today?
Well, today they just recently released the trailer for the new She-Hulk series, and I thought maybe we could discuss that.
Definitely, let's do it, man. She-Hulk, I have no idea who she is, but I'm ready. The Incredible Hulk is one of my favorite characters. That was like the first. Yes, the Incredible Hulk and Superman were the two first superheroes that I was introduced to. So I'm ready, dude. I love the Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
So I'm interested to see where She-Hulk. She-Hulk.
Try to say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Shulk.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm definitely interested to see where the She-Hulk series goes.
So the one thing I did realize watching the trailer, obviously with those kind of characters, it is a lot of CGI.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure how it was going to work. I watched it a few times. I don't know if anyone out there will agree or disagree. It doesn't look terrible, but you can tell. And I think it's just because of the fact that it is CGI.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. The CGI doesn't look as strong as it does for the Bruce Banner character of the Incredible Hulk.
Yes, and I don't know, maybe it's just...
Maybe they're doing it on purpose.
They could be, I mean, but the more I've watched it, the more it doesn't look that bad. I think I can, and I know it's not real life.
Plus,
so
it's a series too.
Well, it is a TV series, so I'm assuming maybe the
budget is not as high as it would be for a big major blockbuster.
True.
So
I mean, but if you have looked at the other series, I mean, the CGI isn't terrible.
You got me there.
I mean, if you saw Loki,
yeah.
I'm sure already. Moon Knight was really good, which we'll have to have another coffee corner about that.
Actually, I'm gonna have to watch that one. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Moon Knight?
I have not seen Moon Knight.
Wow,
I'm waiting for all of them to be released because it doesn't interest me that much. So it looks like one of those shows I'm gonna have to wait for all of it to be released. It's all out.
It's all out. There's only
my
6
bad.
episodes.
I'm gonna have to watch them all at once.
So I've already noticed with the first series that came out for the year was Moon Knight in March, right? Then we did have a Sony verse movie come out in April, which was Morbius. I did go see that. Going into May, we had Doctor Strange. Now going into June, we're gonna have Miss Marvel, and then we're leading right into July is Thor.
Don't get me started on Thor.
And now from July to August is here we are with She-Hulk.
Is that when it's coming out?
Yes, it's in August.
It's in August.
If anybody, like I said, if you've seen the trailer, they've already said it is going to be an August time frame.
Okay.
So it looks like almost every month there's something going on, which is pretty nice for me. I mean, being a Marvel fan, but the shows and the movies are just flowing. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be bored.
In other words, there's no gaps in between.
Yeah, there's no gaps.
Series or shows. It's like you have something to look forward to every month.
Yeah, now August time frame is the last one. I don't know of anything in September or October. I do know that Wakanda Forever is going to be in November. So I'm kind of curious what else is coming out towards the end of the year.
All right, so we're definitely getting off subject. Let's get back to She-Hulk. So tell me a little bit about She-Hulk.
So She-Hulk was created in the 80s.
Okay.
Not really sure how to say the artist's name. I'm having trouble with that, but it was Stan Lee co-created.
Yeah.
Just like everything else Marvel related. It's all Stan Lee co-created. Her name is Jennifer Walters. She is the cousin of Bruce Banner.
Okay.
From the comic books, if I remember correctly, she's in an injury. She gets a blood transfusion, and that's how she ends up with the powers of Hulk. She shares those abilities with him. From what I understand, though, she's able to maintain her intelligence. She's able to maintain her personality. she's able to do all that, but she does have the outburst, just like Hulk would have, of anger, but she also gets stronger with that anger. Just like Hulk does. I mean, Hulk's the same way.
Yeah, that's what I love about the Hulk.
Yeah, he's
the more you anger him,
basically-
the stronger he
He's
goes.
impervious to bullets. I mean,
Yeah.
what does he say in, what is it? I want to say it's Avengers, where he says that he tried to pull a bullet in his mouth and the other guy spit it out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he can't even, it's almost like he can't be killed, but I'm sure there's probably a way. There always is some kind of weakness for most characters.
If there is, nobody's found it yet.
Not for the Hulk, at least. That's the main backstory that I know.
So watching the trailer, I noticed that she has that ability to control herself when she is green, I guess is the correct term, that she can actually control it to where she's not like, you know, unleash the beast or something to where she has no control over it. And you know, and normally
And like when she has her transformation.
yeah, she's actually able to talk to people, and you know, we saw her.
That's the big difference in the big difference between the two.
Okay, because yeah, in the trailer we saw her like going on dates and talking to people.
Yes.
She was hanging out with.
And how long has it been that Bruce? It's taken him so long to get to that point where he can.
Yeah,
control it.
so that's one thing I liked about the trailer is that she was like hanging out with people. That was actually pretty funny.
When they were like
So that's pretty cool that she's actually able to kind of like, you know, be with people and not, you know, Hulk mad, Hulk rage. No,
Hulk smash.
Yes, Hulk smash.
Yes. So that is one thing I noticed in the trailer. So it looks like, okay, well let's kind of briefly go over the trailer.
Okay.
So some of the things I noticed in the trailer, there is a vehicle accident, which I'm going to assume is where she ends up getting into an accident and needing a blood transfusion from her cousin. Now, the last time we saw Bruce Banner was, I want to say, at the end of Shang-Chi. At least it's been a little while. He does show up, and he's now normal Banner versus, you know, actually in the Hulk form, where he's
in Endgame,
the
and he
best
was
of both worlds.
Yeah.
Yes, as he put it, the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So now it looks like he's able to control it as well, from what I can tell. So another thing I noticed in the trailer was now we see the great actor Tim Roth is back.
Yes, I know.
And obviously it looks like he can control his powers as well.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that only because he is in a facility. He looks like he's in lockup. Who knows if that lockup is able to maybe control his powers for him, to put him at control.
Power dampener?
Exactly. Or
maybe.
Or he actually is able to control both forms now.
Yeah.
And another thing, it looks as though She-Hulk will be in control of the lawyer side for superheroes, which is a big deal. Now with that, I'm hoping that we will see Charlie Cox come back.
I heard they're working on it.
It should be because he's a lawyer, she's a lawyer. I'm assuming that those two worlds could mesh well together.
Are they in the same city?
I don't believe so. I might have to.
Well, even if they're not in the same city, you have Charlie Cox working in Hell's Kitchen. I mean, there's still plenty of New York left for two lawyers.
Yeah.
So it's not like, you know.
Eventually, everything's gonna cross paths.
Yeah.
The way everything's looking in the MCU, it looks like so many things are gonna cross paths.
So tell me, what's the big difference between She-Hulk and Hulk?
Obviously, they're both Hulk, characters, but I believe Bruce Banner got his powers by getting hit by so much gamma radiation. His body was able to withstand it. He got the power from that. I believe because of the way she was introduced by having a blood transfusion, it kind of maybe hit her a little different, so she's not like the Hulk was, uncontrollable rage and,
Yeah. So she wasn't actually, she wasn't directly hit with gamma rays, but she has that gamma radiation blood.
Yes.
I guess it's safe to say.
Yeah, because of the transfusion.
Okay.
So, but if you look at the trailer, there is a scene where she's in a box and he's trying to, help trigger her to to have the transformation. So,
and he's like, yeah, and then all of a sudden he's like, no.
Yeah, because she's already reached. I don't know if maybe we were watching her first transformation there, because there are
kind of look like it.
Yeah, there's different scenes where it looks like she's about to transform when they show the actress. So what was her name again?
Tatiana Maslany.
Yes.
She was in Orphan Black from 2013 to 2017.
Oh, okay.
So
I noticed also in the role, so when she's in her normal human form, with Jennifer Walters, her hair is a little curly, actually very curly, and then when she's in the Hulk transformation, her hair is a little bit less curly, which I thought was a little weird, you know, to
Yeah.
try and, I guess, change up the look, even though she's green or not green. But
Yeah.
they did change that. She does look a little taller. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of Hulk features there,
Yep.
just like there would be with the Hulk. I mean, there's a scene where she's about to, you know, throw a guy that's, I guess, behind
Yeah,
her.
I think he's attacking her from behind.
Yeah, and her
Yeah.
shoes break open. Just, I mean, everything's basically Hulk fashion just now for a female lead.
Yeah.
Which I think is actually pretty cool.
You know, I'm hoping that she shows up in her jumpsuit.
Didn't they show that in the trailer?
No, they didn't.
She's in some kind of a jumpsuit.
Is she?
Yeah, there's a scene where you see, like, basically a pan-up shot after she jumps in.
Her white jumpsuit and tennis shoes?
It's not a
Kinda
white.
like
It's not
her-
a white one though. It looks like it's white and purple.
Because every time I've seen She-Hulk, like cosplayers and comics
Yeah.
and everything, pictures, the one thing that always comes to mind is her jumpsuit.
The jumpsuit I saw in the trailer looks like it's white and purple.
Okay.
So those two colors. As she's jumping in, they do a pan up. You don't see her face at first, and then later in the trailers when you actually get to see her face, that's when I said I could notice the CGI,
Yeah.
which was a little different. Something else I thought was funny, like you mentioned earlier, was the her embracing this new look. Her friends are telling her, "Oh, your behind looks great in that."
Yeah.
She's doing like swipes
On Tinder.
on Tinder,
Yeah.
which I thought was funny. And
Yeah.
then the final part was that I thought was hilarious was the guy saying, "This is the greatest date I've ever been on." She's like, "Do you want to get some cheese fries?" He goes, she's like, "Let's get him
Take
to
it
go."
to go.
But she's carrying him.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so hilarious because
Yeah.
obviously it would work like that. She's super strong.
I imagine she's 20 times stronger than he is. And
Mm-hmm.
so that was a pretty cute scene to end the trailer with.
Yeah, I
liked it.
think it's gonna have a lot of, I guess, that Marvel funny tongue-in-cheek type,
Yeah.
thing.
Is it possible with this blood transfusion that her strength went up and maybe her hormones have gone up as
That
well?
could be.
Maybe that's why
it's,
she's on all these Tinder dates.
Yeah, maybe her sensitivity's increased, which would be good for her too, because
Yeah.
that means her intelligence probably would go up and everything else.
Yeah.
So it could be a side effect.
Yeah, because normally they never touch on stuff like that. They always like, oh yeah, enhance strength, enhance,
they never do
intelligence, and
touch
they
on
never
that.
say, well, hormones have increased as well, and it's always kind of a taboo subject. And
Yeah, and
So-
Marvel and Disney look like they're kind of embracing that side.
yeah,
which I
it
think
looks
is
like
great.
kind of like a funny side to it, not like raging hormones. It's just kind of like they want to touch upon it, like, hey, it's not only intelligence and strength; there's other stuff too.
Now it is a short trailer. You're not getting a whole lot, and I'm assuming they're just kind of trying to release this a little early.
Yeah.
A lot of what I saw in the trailer, though, I've already seen either leaks or leaked photos of before. Not everything in the trailer, but a lot of what I saw has already been leaked. And I don't know if maybe Marvel decided to go ahead and release it just because of that. So
Well, I mean, man, one thing we're noticing, Disney doesn't even give notices anymore when they're going to drop a trailer. It's just
no, it's
one
just
day-
kind of out of the blue.
yeah, one day you're on YouTube and bam,
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
noticed
wow.
when it popped up in my feed, I was like, oh wow, like they actually released the trailer for this,
Yeah.
And I think maybe a week ago they just released the second trailer, I believe, for Miss Marvel.
Okay.
So they released another trailer for that, and it just kind of came out of nowhere also.
Yeah.
I've already heard there might be another second trailer for Thor, being that we're getting a little closer to June,
Yeah.
about a month out.
It did release that other photo of Jane.
Yes, Jane and Valkyrie
Yeah.
sitting next to each other. I saw that one.
Yeah.
Is that the one you saw?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one actually looked pretty. I'm telling you, it looks like Natalie Portman pretty much buffed up for this.
Yeah.
So now you have a lot of female lead characters. Now you have, here you have Miss Marvel's coming out. That's another female character, another female lead. You have now She-Hulk. That's another female lead. I mean, I wonder if they're going to end up possibly putting them together in some fashion,
Yeah.
which would be pretty cool. I mean, they did only a small touch on that in Endgame. If Black Panther 2 ends up moving over to Shuri, we still don't know where we're at with that, but if
Yeah.
it were to do that, then there's another female lead character. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Not at all.
No.
So this technically isn't even She-Hulk's first live-action appearance.
Oh,
She
is that
was in the Incredible Hulk back in the Bill Bixby days.
Oh, back when it was David Banner,
Yes.
not Bruce Banner.
David Banner. Yeah, there was a She-Hulk appearance. I don't remember seeing it, but I do remember watching the show quite a bit. Like I said, Incredible Hulk, Superman, those were
See,
my
and
first two.
that's some new information. Did you know that there was a Thor appearance and Daredevil?
I did.
in the
No,
same
I didn't know
TV
about
show.
Daredevil, but I knew
Yeah.
about Thor.
There's a Thor and a Daredevil. Both show up in the Incredible Hulk TV show back from that time.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's their, like, I guess, first live action type appearance.
Yeah.
Did you know that in the early 90s, Bridget Nielsen was in talks to become She-Hulk?
Really?
Yes.
Dude, Bridget Nielsen was
She was
it
the
thing.
perfect fit for that.
Yeah.
She was very tall. She was a model.
Yeah.
She was also an actress.
Tall, beautiful. Wow, that would have been really cool.
That actually would have been back in that time, but this
Yeah.
is still a long, far away time from
Yeah.
where we're at now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
way back.
Yeah.
Back then, DC
Was king.
Was king. Yes. With Superman, with your Batman. Now they're just kind of small potatoes.
I had to. That's kind of like my thing I do.
What?
Whenever, yeah, when I'm pumped up. Like, hell yeah. Superman, Batman. Times were good back then.
They were.
For
they
DC.
They were good for DC.
Yeah.
I was sitting off on the sidelines, looking from the fence outside.
When is my day gonna come?
Yeah. And my
It's
day
here
has
now.
come. It has. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's overwhelming, but in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way, it's overwhelming. Okay, guys. So there's our take on the She-Hulk trailer. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are excited. Are you excited?
I am.
I'm actually very excited to try and see where this one's gonna, how
Yeah.
this show's gonna go.
I,
So,
I skipped on Moon Knight, but this one I'm actually gonna watch when the episodes are released.
okay.
So yeah, no, I'm definitely.
Every show
pumped for
so
this one.
far I've been impressed with, so I'm hoping that this keeps up with, with that.
Yeah.
Marvel's so far has not disappointed
No, they
in any
haven't.
of these shows. So one thing I'll leave off with that I'm curious about is where is this going to tie into the MCU as a whole for this show?
Who knows?
That's one thing I'm curious about.
You know, on a side note, different subject, different episode of Coffee Corner. When I saw Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, I was expecting it to be consequences of No Way Home,
Oh, okay. But it
and
wasn't.
it wasn't.
What was it consequences of, Ray?
I can't tell you because it's a different episode.
Yeah.
Man,
We'll have to
so,
talk about that next time.
Yeah, next episode
Yeah.
or after.
Yeah, after.
We'll figure it out.
Sometime soon.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so like I said, let us know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully you're excited, just as we are excited. And maybe, I guess, in August, September timeframe, maybe we'll go ahead and do another Coffee Corner on the entire season.
Yep.
Let you know what we thought about it. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, we'll talk about the goods, the bads, and the uglies, and we'll discuss it and see, give our final thoughts of the series as a whole.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Alright guys, you guys take care. See you next time.